Cerro La Totora in Córdoba, Argentina. A priceless trekking experience. Few of you may not know about this summit, which is hardly lower, much more demanding, and much more attractive, the Cerro La Totora. Part of its trekking follows the same path that leads to the Champaqui. In fact, it stops at the same shelters. The challenge of that steep wall, covered by stretches of snow and ice, the ascent between the rocks and that summit make the experience an unforgettable adventure. It stands out from the rest of the elevations due to its steep slopes. It has a conical shape and it is skirted by two smaller rock formations, which give the complex the appearance of three bonnets. La Totora definitely stands out from its boundaries, reaching its 2,620-meter summit. The trekking can take 3 days, one to climb up to shelter in the Tabaquillo Valley, the second day to reach the summit and return to the shelter, and the last one walk down. The adventure begins in the tiny spot of Villa Albina, 1,300 meters over sea level, and the trekking first crosses a pine wood, which says nothing of the rocky land that will come later. The path is fairly well defined. The wood ends, and little by little, the landscape of the mountains appears. The path barely marked on the stone, the paja brava that will later disappear, the uphill slope, the feldspar walls eroded by the water, the scattered quartz on the sides of the path, the reflection of the sun on the pieces of mica, and, above all, the imposing Calamuchita Valley on the back, increasingly larger and more panoramic as you climb. There, Los Molinos Dam, the water reservoir of the Rio Tercero, the water mirror of the Cerro Pelado hydroelectric power station, the roads that wind among such beautiful towns in the area. From there, everything seems to have been seen, but there is more to see. The arrival to the Tabaquillo Valley at 2,100 meters over sea level, it is a small world within that world of the Sierras Grandes. There is a shelter which is used for those who stop to spend the night. It has a capacity for many campers. As one goes up and up, it becomes more difficult. At that height, it is impossible not to step on the snow. The road to La Totora is where the ice takes longer to melt and where the snow lasts longer. The slope becomes steeper and the ice is treacherous. You have to be careful. See the traces of the one who is going ahead. The end of the ravine is not only perceived in the change in the morphology of the place, but as a point of reference. A mushroom-shaped rock rises there which is impossible to avoid. Finally, the summit of a few square meters on a conical formation is there. La Totora offers the sensation of a high mountain summit like no other elevation. As an emblem, the summit houses a pile of rocks that has already become a banner, an image of recognition. Summit is only large enough to turn on the axis of the body so as to take the 360-degree view. The nearby Champaquí, the Calamuchita and Tras la Sierra valleys with their reservoirs, Villa Dolores, Mina Clavero, Nono, and far beyond, San Luis. The trekking to Cerro La Totora is a wonderful experience. It is not necessary very sophisticated clothing and equipment. It requires a fairly good physical condition, but it is not prohibitive for practically anyone. You should not be intimidated by the slope. You should be willing to accept the challenge. The experience is priceless.